Hi, I'm Chef Craig Harding, and my friends at Caplan's Appliances have invited us to this beautiful JennAir showroom to cook some amazing dishes inspired by our travels abroad. So today we're doing a roasted maitake mushroom with a fresh chimichurri. So how do we do this? Well, if you don't have a fire going outside like we did an open fire, the next best thing is a beautiful roast setting on a convection oven. So I've set it to 400, so that's hot, because we want this to caramelize and get golden brown. So how do we achieve that? Well, we cover this with some olive oil, and then we're gonna lightly season it with salt and pepper. The salt's very important because this is gonna permeate and give it lots of flavor. So I've set this to 400. It should take about 15 minutes. So our ingredient list in the chimichurri, we'll start with the dry. We have a seed, cumin seed. We have fresh chili flakes. I've got some garlic and our shallots, the lemon optional. I've got a mortar and pestle here. If you don't have one of these, it's not a big deal, but then you would either need to use ground coriander or have a spice grinder for the cumin seeds. So I have just a pinch of chilies. I love doing this in the mortar and pestle because it sort of gives you this primal cooking feeling of back in the day, our ancestors. I love it. The next thing we add is the garlic. And then I'll add a touch of olive oil and I'll make almost a paste out of it. So I'm gonna add 1, 2, so I've smashed it. And then I'm gonna put a little bit of olive oil in this, okay? And even at this point, I might add a little bit of sea salt just to add more friction for my paste, okay? As you can see, it's starting to develop into this really nice paste. As you can see, there's not a ton of things in here. I'm going to now add my shallots. Because I'm going to use that mortar and pestle to break down the shallots, I don't need to even be too precise. So there's 1 shallot. It's gonna go in there. I'm now gonna add a little bit of pepper. Okay. Time to chop our herbs. Fresh parsley. So I do the parsley and the cilantro in equal parts. I'm just gonna take it a step further. Add that in here. I'm gonna get my cilantro. Same idea, we're gonna rough chop it. Now we're gonna add that into here as well. And we're just gonna continue with this. But it smells awesome. Okay, so it's now time to add some olive oil. Sherry vinegar. So this is a Spanish vinegar, and it's aged in sherry wine casks. Now it's starting to really smell. Oof, so good. And some lemon juice now. Oh, that's a good one. Okay, and then olive oil. Perfect. So now we're gonna finish off this beautiful hen of the woods dish. The mushrooms have been roasting for about 15 minutes at 400. I love this telescopic feature of this oven. All right, so set that hot cast iron down there. So a couple finishing things that we're gonna do. We obviously have our chimichurri made, but I wanna just elevate it even further. So I took a roasted eggplant puree. Very simple. And then this is a garlic puree, so roasted garlic puree. So I'm just gonna mix these together and I'm gonna put this on as the base. So I wanna take these off just for a moment. And I'm now gonna go like this right into here. So this works well because this is already warm. Now we can put our mushrooms back in. Like so. And now we have this incredibly fragrant, zesty chimichurri. The last thing I want to put is some flaky sea salt. And there we have it. These incredibly fragrant roasted hen of the woods mushrooms done in the JennAir Rise convection oven. We've got that chimichurri on top. We've got baba ganoush on the bottom with some roasted garlic puree. Perfect dish. Enjoy it.